Beta-alanine is a naturally occurring amino acid, commonly used as a supplement, especially in the context of sports and exercise performance. It is important not to be confused between alanine and beta-alanine. Alanine and beta-alanine are both non-essential amino acids. The body can produce them on its own. Alanine plays a crucial role in the glucose-alanine cycle, which is a process that helps shuttle amino groups from muscle tissue to the liver. This process is important for energy production. It's involved in the synthesis of proteins and helps regulate the balance of nitrogen in the body. Unlike alanine, beta-alanine is a precursor to carnosine, a dipeptide found in muscles and the brain. Carnosine acts as a buffer to lactic acid. Lactic acid can contribute to fatigue when it accumulates in muscles during intense exercise. Lactic acid is a normal byproduct of the breakdown of glucose in the absence of oxygen, a process known as anaerobic glycolysis. When the demand of energy is high and oxygen availability is limited, the body relies more on anaerobic metabolism, leading to the production of lactate. Lactate can be used as a temporary energy source during exercise. It can also be transported to other tissues, such as the liver. There, it can be converted back into glucose through a process known as Cori cycle lactate or lactic acid cycle. The cycle helps in maintaining energy production during prolonged or intense physical activity. The perception of muscle fatigue during high-intensity exercise is associated with an increase in hydrogen ions, which accompany the accumulation of lactate. The decrease in muscle pH due to increased acidity can interfere with the muscle contractions and contribute to the sensation of fatigue. It's important to note that lactate is not solely a waste product. It serves as an important energy substrate and plays a role in buffering the effects of acidosis during exercise. Endurance athletes, for example, often have an enhanced ability to clear out and utilize lactate efficiently. Lactic acid accumulation during exercise is a normal physiological response to increased energy demands. It plays a complex role in energy metabolism and is not the direct cause of muscle fatigue or soreness. Supplementing with beta-alanine has been shown to increase muscle carnosine levels, which helps buffering lactic acid and may enhance exercise performance, particularly during activities that involves repeated high-intensity efforts, such as sprints, burpees, weightlifting, jump squats, etc. While both beta-alanine and alanine are amino acids, they serve different functions in the body. Alanine is involved in energy production protein synthesis, whereas beta-alanine contributes to the synthesis of carnosine, which acts as a buffer in muscles during intense physical activity. By supplementing beta-alanine, the conversion to carnosine is thought to help delay the onset of muscle fatigue and improve exercise performance. It's important to note that while beta-alanine may benefit certain types of athletic performance, its effectiveness can vary among individuals, and it may not be equally beneficial for all forms of exercise. So, beta-alanine benefits. One of them is improving exercise performance, particularly in activities that involve short bursts of high-intensity effort. It may help delay the onset of muscle fatigue and improve overall endurance. Beta-alanine helps with exercise performance, primarily through its role in increasing muscle carnosine levels. So it helps with increased muscle carnosine levels, being a precursor to carnosine. Elevated carnosine levels may help buffer the accumulation of lactic acid, reducing muscle acidity and delaying fatigue. It helps with anaerobic and high-intensity exercise. Beta-alanine's supplementation is often associated with benefits in activities such as weightlifting, sprinting, jump squats, jumping lunge, etc. Those are some examples of the anaerobic and high-intensity exercise that beta-alanine could be beneficial in those people doing those type of exercises. Also, it helps buffering lactic acid accumulation, as mentioned. So during these high-intensity exercises, the increased levels of lactic acid contribute to muscle acidity, leading to fatigue and burning sensation in the muscles. Carnosine from beta-alanine acts as a buffer against lactic acid. So it helps neutralize acidic ions, reducing the increase in muscle acidity. It helps as well with delaying muscle fatigue. By buffering lactic acid, carnosine helps delay the onset of muscle fatigue. This is particularly beneficial in short duration, high intensity activities where fatigue can occur rapidly. Also helps with improving endurance. The buffering capacity provided by elevated carnosine levels may enhance overall endurance, allowing individuals to sustain high intensity efforts for a longer duration before experiencing fatigue. It helps as well with enhancing high-intensity performance. Beta-alanine supplementation is particularly associated with improvements in activities that involve short bursts and high-intensity effort, such as sprinting and weightlifting. It's also important to note that the benefits of beta-alanine are more evident in activities lasting between 1 to 4 minutes, where lactic acid accumulation is significant in performance. In longer duration endurance activities, the impact of beta-alanine may be less pronounced. Some of the side effects of beta-alanine: paresthesia, which is a tingling sensation. This is usually harmless and temporary, occurring shortly after consumption. Also, it can, in some individuals, lead to digestive issues. Some individuals may experience mild digestive issues such as nausea or stomach discomfort. The suggestion is splitting the dosage or taking it with food, which one of these might help alleviate their symptoms. Some of the contraindications would be for those who have allergies or sensitivities. Individuals with known allergies or sensitivities to beta-alanine or related compounds should avoid supplementation. Also, people with kidney issues, people with pre-existing kidney conditions should consult a healthcare professional before taking beta-alanine supplements. Another contraindication or interaction is with the amino acid taurine. Beta-alanine competes with taurine for absorption, and very high doses of beta-alanine might deplete taurine levels. Taurine is an essential amino acid with various functions in the body, and deficiencies could have health implications. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. So there's people. There are not much research on the safety of beta-alanine supplementation during those phases, pregnancy and breastfeeding. So it's advisable for pregnant and breastfeeding individuals to consult with a healthcare provider before using it. As with any supplement, it's crucial to use beta-alanine responsibly and under the guidance of a healthcare professional. Dosage recommendations should be followed, and individuals should monitor their response to the supplement for any adverse effects. It's also important to remember that individuals' responses to supplements can vary, and what works well for one person may not have the same effects for another. Beta-alanine can be found in some foods, though beta-alanine is quite limited and it's not as abundant in food as some other amino acids. Beta-alanine can still found in certain animal-based foods, particularly in red meats such as beef and pork. So those have quite some amount of beta-alanine. The same for poultry, chicken and turkey, and fish as well. Like to give an example, such as like an average salmon and tuna, are like in 100 grams of fish, we have about 20 to 40 milligrams of beta-alanine. If we take salmon or tuna, we have an average of 20 to 40 milligrams of beta-alanine per 100 grams of this. And plant-based foods, while beta-alanine is less abundant in plant-based foods compared to animal sources, some plant foods contain small amounts. Some of those examples would be beans, lentils, and certain grains. Their amounts are about 1 to 2 milligrams of beta-alanine per 100 grams. For those considering beta-alanine supplementation for specific purposes, such as enhancing athletic performance, the typical dosage used in research, studies, and practical applications is often around 3 to 6 grams per day, divided into smaller doses taken throughout the day. This dosage is based on its role in increasing muscle carnosine levels for buffering acid buildup in muscles during high-intensity, short-duration activities. Here are some more considerations regarding beta-alanine supplementation. So it's based on one consideration is on your goals. So athletes engaging in high-intensity anaerobic activities may consider beta-alanine supplementation. Individuals with specific fitness or performance goals may benefit from beta-alanine in conjunction with a well-balanced diet. Also considering is the tolerance to side effects. Beta-alanine supplementation can cause a tingling sensation known as paresthesia. Individuals may have different tolerance levels to the sensation, which may influence the dosage. So before taking any supplement regimen, as mentioned, including beta-alanine, it's advisable to consult with a healthcare professional. Considerations such as pre-existing medical conditions, medications, and individual health status should be taken into account. Combination with other supplements. Sometimes beta-alanine can be included in pre-workout supplements along with other ingredients like creatine. If using a combination product, total intake of beta-alanine from all sources should be considered. Also, another consideration is age and gender. There is no specific age or gender-based recommendation for beta-alanine intake. However, individual needs and goals may influence the decision to use supplements. It's crucial to approach supplementation with caution and prioritize obtaining nutrients from a well-balanced diet whenever possible. And if considering beta-alanine supplementation, it's recommended to start with lower doses to assess individual tolerance. And as always, consulting with a healthcare professional can provide personalized advice based on individual health status and goals.